Good afternoon. This video replaces the class that we should have had today, Tuesday, March the 17th, 2020. It contains details of what you need to do as an exercise. I want to keep to the same general schedule that we have in class, so please aim to submit it before 5 p.m. on Friday, March the 20th. Everyone has a different definition of what lifestyle means exactly. Most people agree, however, that it involves the things we do outside of work or study, things that we do by choice, the things we enjoy, recreation, leisure time, downtime, fun time, whatever you want to call it. If you remember, in week 1 you filled in a form that listed a number of leisure activities. Many of you said that you had never done many of them. Reading your forms made me wonder what you do with your leisure time. This is your opportunity to tell me. On Moodle, week 8, you will find a Word document called Week 8, My London Life, March 17th, 2020. When this video has finished, download the document and save it with the file name, My London Life, then your full name, and then the date. There are 2 pages in this document. On the first page there are 4 text boxes and another box for a pull quote. Boxes A and D require 200 words of text, B and C need 80 each, and the pull quote needs to be about 20 words. On the second page there are 5 text boxes and 2 boxes for pull quotes. Text box G needs 200 words, the other 4 need 80 each, and again the pull quotes need to be about 20. Your mission this week is to fill the boxes. Before you start writing, however, you need to do some thinking. You have 9 text boxes, 3 at 200 words and 6 at 80 words each. That's a total of 1080 words. This sounds a lot, but it's pretty straightforward. You don't need to do any research. These are your interests, so the information will be in your head. The first thing to do is to write a list of what you like to do in your free time. Dedicate the 3 200-word text boxes to your top 3 activities. So, if your number 1 interest is football, that goes in text box A. If your next interest is computer games, that goes in box C. And your other main interest goes in box G on page 2. Use the smaller text boxes for other elements of your lifestyle. You will notice, however, that 2 of these boxes on page 2 already have titles. In box F, tell the reader about your eating and drinking preferences. It doesn't matter if you exist on pizza and pot noodles or champagne and lobster. Write 80 words on this subject. Do you cook? If not, why not? Do other people cook for you? Your parents? Uber Eats? The reader wants to know. Box I gives you the opportunity to say how you would change your lifestyle. For example, eat less lobster and run more marathons. Or maybe you want to read more books or spend less time on social media. Or maybe you don't want to make any changes at all. Either way, you have 80 words to describe if and how you will change your lifestyle and tell us why it's important to you. In terms of what you can write about, you have almost limitless choice. For example, if you spend a lot of time on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, etc., then one of your 200-word boxes should be titled Social Media. Likewise, if you're a regular gym goer, devote 200 words to fitness. If your faith is an important part of your life, devote 200 words to religion. Remember, whatever you choose to write about, you need to describe what you do and tell us why it's important to you. If you run out of ideas for the text boxes, you can choose an activity that you don't do. For example, not many students regularly read books. If you fall into this category, write books as a text box title and tell us why you don't like reading. When you have selected the titles of the 7 text boxes, think about the marking criteria for the assessed work in this module. Even though you won't get a mark for this piece of work, it's important that it has all of these 5 qualities. Please pay particular attention to style. It is deceptively difficult to write short pieces, and don't be surprised if the 80-word posts take longer to write than the 200-word posts. Choose your words very carefully. Remember your audience, and if you are in doubt, read your words aloud and ask, do they sound right? Also, think about content. Your reader needs examples and detail, so instead of writing, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, tell us what kind of videos, tell us about the presenters, who they are and what makes them stand out. Finally, some guidance on presentation. Imagine your completed document as 2 double-page spreads in a magazine. To have maximum impact, it needs to look attractive and be consistent with everyone else's work. So please don't change the size or placement of the text boxes, and don't change any of the fonts. When you submit your finished work, it should look exactly like this, but obviously with your words filling the text boxes. At the top of the page is the title. Add your name, age and location. If you live on campus or in student accommodation, write Roehampton. If you live at your family home, write the area of London, for example, Ealing, Chelsea or Putney, or wherever it might be. For the titles of the text boxes, replace A, B, C, etc. with an appropriate descriptive title in uppercase. For example, sport, fashion, food and drink. The font for the titles is Calibri 16. In the text boxes, use Arial 10 with single line spacing. For the pull quotes, use Calibri 14 with single line spacing. Pull quotes are a common sight in magazines. They are used to break up large segments of text and to give readers an indication of the content of the article. I suggest you complete the 3 pull quote boxes when you have finished the other writing. Good candidates are particularly descriptive or witty phrases of about 20 words. When you have finished, you need to proofread. Check for accuracy, spelling, punctuation, layout. Also, see if you can fine-tune your phrasing. If a sentence sounds wordy, try to simplify it. And when you have done all of that, you can submit. Please email your completed article to me by 5 p.m. on Friday, March the 20th. I will give you feedback next Tuesday, March the 24th. If you have any questions, please drop me an email. Otherwise, I look forward to reading about your lifestyles.